Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Guys, today we can see that the cryptocurrency price has corrected a bit down from the last video. Say, since the last video, the price has actually came below this, and as we know, during our last video we actually discussed about this bull pennant which was being formed here at that time, and we were actually expecting that to retest the top resistance area as the price was being bounced from there, but the price actually broke below and it's now within the trading range. So if we actually look at that old video, we know that we are actually talking about beginning of a new trend in which the price would be traveling like this. So in that perspective, if you look at this, we can actually see that this is the top area which is the resistance, and this is the bottom which is acting as a support, and it's currently holding. The price is actually respecting these areas, and now it's at the middle. You can see that it's a resistance here, it's a support here, so it's actually respecting these price levels. So we will actually go through the chart and check it on a daily time scale as well, and then we have recent updates to cover, say an exchange partner for Ripple in Thailand, then a new customer in Indonesia. Then we have news articles generally related to the crypto assets, and some kind of perspectives which I would like to share, and then some related directly to the general economy and something connecting to the digital assets indirectly. Then some other news are like how we can actually connect the dots, looking at some of the patents and all. If we actually want to analyze that, we should actually read through the lines, read between the lines, connect the dots. So then these are others like the perspective of other YouTubers and YouTubers which they have posted in Twitter, in which they showcase the price patterns, how it's actually behaving compared to the last cycle. Then another one is like the perspective of others in which shows about how a real digital asset can actually solve the issues of a real company solving real problems. Then which is actually showing again the traditional financial industry. Now it's at the verge of collapse, right? So these are all we will going to be covered today. Then we'll actually go through some of the charts, say BTC, Ether and LTC. We'll cover all of those today. But just before that, I would like to request you guys, if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, please do support the channel, hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, please like the video. If you have any comments to improve the content I provide, please do let me know in the comment section below. So this is the first one from XRP Arcade. It shows that Bitcup is Ripple's official exchange partner in Thailand. So founded in 2018 February, Bitcup is a new generation digital asset and cryptocurrency exchange platform that offers advanced exchange services to individuals who intend to buy, sell and store cryptocurrencies. So if you actually see that Ripple's official exchange partner in Thailand is joining a RippleNet program, we are on a mission of humanizing blockchain experience where people will inherently use cryptocurrency as a transaction protocol. So yes, within early next year, global money remittance at much cheaper rate would be feasible. So within early next year. So that's actually key. So we are not looking at say next 5 years, 6 years. They're actually looking at next 12 months. So that's actually going to be huge. If it's really going to happen, then it's going to be huge for the digital asset XRP. So we in the XRP community now know that it's not like, yeah, the price of XRP will actually appreciate say over the time of next 5 years, 10 years as the burn rate increases, and some of the main XRP in the escrow will be, I personally believe that it will be holded by some custodians which will be emerging in between. Say it can be central banks or other potential players, because central banks are showing that they are coming out with central bank digital currencies, but they won't directly give that to a common man. They will have a third party. So we'll have to get more clarity on that once it comes out. Now this is the next one from Leonidas, showing a new Ripple customer in Indonesia revealed. So if we actually look at that, it's Top Remit, an Indonesian money transfer company, which was actually founded in 2019. They revealed that they are a customer of Ripple. So if you actually go through that, you can actually understand that these guys are actually, using the remittance markets from Bangladesh, China, India, Japan, Cambodia, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines. All these countries are actually a good market for remittance. If you check precisely, India, China, and Sri Lanka is a good market for remittance. More of the money transmitted or remitted from Middle East, Europe, and US is towards these countries. So that's going to make a huge difference if the remittance markets is going to change, adopting fintechs. Now there's the next one from CoinDesk showing Congress is once again pushing for tax relief on behalf of everyday crypto users, reintroducing a bill that exempts crypto gains under $200. So yeah, that's actually a positive news. But when there is a bull run, I don't think your profit is gonna be something under $200. So that doesn't actually count, because if you are a daily trader, if you are trading something like $2 a day, $3 a day, then I don't understand the meaning of trading that. But still, I don't actually get that price point, why they put that there. Okay, this is the next one. This is from 416 Crypto. It's actually showing in most of us in the XRP community are actually familiar with this, but if we look at that, this is an addition here as XRP Ripple, but we were actually looking at the world currency by 2018, but now it's already 2020. So yeah, we are still waiting for that to happen. Now there's the next one from Jeff Haddy, and I would like to play this video for you guys.
Are you still going to Davos? And if you are, what's the message you want to say?
I will probably be going to Davos. I've been invited. We have tremendous world leaders, and we also have the great business leaders, and we want those business leaders all to come to the United States.
So that's the key. You see, he's actually traveling to Davos because there is a lot of leaders, business leaders, leaders of countries coming there to discuss something. So we have to see if it's about a new financial system, new monetary system, which can be using a digital asset. Not directly, say the central banks won't be directly using that. Instead, they will use their own tokens, say the central bank digital currencies, most of them, and then they will use a bridge asset to communicate between them. So that can be a possibility. Now, this is actually a patent showing that assigned to SC Currency Inc. And if we go into that, we can actually see that Ripple Stellar. So if we read that, we can understand like distribution control through the use of ledger controls, for example, implemented on Ripple, Stellar, etc. So distribution control through the use of smart contracts, for example, implemented on Ethereum, EOS, and other derivatives. So the digital asset industry is gonna be the future. If we are not actually only talking about Ripple or Stellar, it's also about Ethereum, EOS, and other protocols which actually offers these kind of standards. So if you actually look at this, you can see that if a token is being there, then the policy enforcement actually look at that, then the rules, blah blah blah, and then the wallet and your value token. So you can understand that US accredited investor, yes, institutional investor, no. That's based on the current prospects, right? So moving on to the next one. This is from Reb OR and 13. You can actually see, if you're actually connecting that, we came to know about, as we discussed in our previous videos, we know that the clearinghouse is connected with Finastra, whereas Finastra is already connected with Ripple and R3. Now, if you actually look at that, the FIS R3 is kind of working on efficient payments using distributed ledger technology, which uses XRP. So if we actually go through the lines, we can actually understand something is actually happening in the background. Now, you see the production date, Monday, February 24, 2020. This is the first day in which the new changes will be live. So that's DTCC and National Securities Clearing Corporation talking about something gonna come next month. It's not that far away, right? So that's gonna be in production next month. Now, DTCC and digital asset move to next phase after successful proof of concept for repo transaction using distributed ledger technology. Now we actually know that, the repo market is not that small, it's huge. And if you look at this, they are using distributed ledger technology, working with Digital Asset, a developer of DLT solutions for financial institutions. The two companies have demonstrated for the first time the successful net of start leg repo transaction with prior end of the day. So if you're actually looking at that, what you can understand is the clearing house is actually working with Digital Asset platform. Now, if you actually go through this, you can actually understand in the Ripple website in January 2016, they actually highlighted that they're embracing disruption, tapping the potential distributed ledgers to improve post-trade landscape. So there is a connection between them. And if you actually look at a Ripple solution from Accenture's website, you can actually see that the Ripple's enterprise solution is mature enough to launch and scale a cross-border payments network. A consortium of banks is being formed to use this Ripple technology to keep ahead of the competition. So that's key there. A consortium of banks is being formed. So that was back then, but now you can actually expect it to be complete, and something is gonna go in production starting February. So if you actually want to keep that date in mind, that's February 24th, they're actually going live. Now there's the next one from Awake, and it's showing that we gotta go to 30 cents. Now he's actually covering previous charts, like what happened previously, say for XRP, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, and Dash. And this you can actually see the pattern which is being formed before that pump to this area. So in that aspect, XRP should actually reach 0.335 area to get that, whereas Bitcoin SV already went above that. Dash is near that area, Bitcoin Cash is near. So if it is to follow the same pattern, it should be bouncing towards that price levels. Now this next one from XRP CRO or at Stradas, showing companies like Western Union can charge up to 10% to service a payment, whereas Sendfriend is just using it for 2%. They are using on-demand liquidity, so that's solving real problem for their customers. Now this is showing that New York Fed adds 74.2 billion to markets into market operations. So that's they are going mad. Now we'll actually look at XRP BTC, and we will discuss about what is happening in the price action. No, we will actually look at daily chart instead of shorter time frames, because we would like to see where we are present in this market cycle. So say, as we discussed in the previous time, we just saw that the price actually went above, tested this support resistance area, but it failed. It actually came back below that. Now it's near the previous resistance area, support area, and it's still trading there. But what you have to keep in mind is the price is actually staying here in this trading range, whereas if you look at that, you can see that the MACD is showing a positive divergence. So if you actually take this, there is no much movement to the upside here. But if you consider this in a long trend, now that line is not actually straight, I should have been used straight line. So if you actually connect this is a bullish divergence, and this is in a daily time frame. So I personally expect the price to show strong support here and then bounce to the upside. Now it won't be happening in say 1 day or 2 days, because we actually have a lot of overhead resistance to get through, to bombard through. So it will be a slow but steady movement to the upside. But this is cryptocurrency market, right? We can't actually predict anything. It can happen in 1 day or a week or a month. Now this is BTC on a daily, and as we discussed in our last BTC analysis, we came to know that the BTC has already breached the existing trend line. Now it retested that area and it's moving high. So as of now, what I personally think is it's just a small correction, then it can go up high. But yes, it can come below and test this area, retest this area and then move to the upside. But if you actually look at BTC on a weekly, you can just see that the MACD is actually going to cross to the upside. So that's actually a positive news for BTC. If it's really going to cross to the upside, you can actually see when it was crossing to the upside, the price was just pumped a bit, but it was only after that it started the real run up high. So you can actually expect the same to happen here if the volume is coming in and the MACD is crossing to the upside in that manner. Now we are going to look at Ether. Now this is Ether in a USD chart on a weekly time frame, and we can actually see a similar thing forming here compared to that of BTC. So if you look at that, there are two things. One is that the underlying bullishness is getting stronger, and the second one is that the MACD is actually crossing to the upside and the price is actually moving to the upside. We are at a resistance, it's true, but if we are to get that movement to the upside with the volume, then I think we are gonna breach this particular resistance here and move up high. So this area can be a resistance in the next bull run, say 500, 520, or if we are gonna reach here, it'll be 600. Now we'll actually go through LTC chart and we'll end today's video there. I won't extend this much long. Now you can see here, compared to others, LTC has already crossed, in the MACD it has crossed to the upside. That's a positive thing, and you already got a positive volume here, so that's actually a cool news, right? And at the same time you got a shaved bullish candle in the weekly, so that's gonna be a good thing for LTC. Now we didn't actually check XRP USD in a weekly, so not being naive about that. Personally, exposed a lot more in XRP than all other digital assets. My majority of my portfolio is in XRP. So yes, I would like to highlight that XRP is also having a similar thing to that of LTC, because it just, if you actually see the MACD here, we'll zoom in, it already crossed. So if you look at the weekly chart, you can actually see that the price has already moved a bit to the upside. So yes, we are yet to see a real pump, which say 20, 30, 50% in a week, a minimum of. So that's gonna happen soon, because if you look at that, a same thing or a similar thing to that of BTC is happening here. The price is actually moved, consolidating and moving to the downside here, but at this particular area you can see that the MACD is actually showing you a bullish divergence from this area to the upside. The price is actually moving to the upside, so that's actually a positive news. Now guys, that's all for today, and I would like to request you guys again, if you guys like the content I provide, please do support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any comments, do let me know in the comment section below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.